Very good morning to all my dear students. Welcome back to Narayana Live classes for grade 6 English. And the poem that we're going to see today is Vocation, and it is written by Rabindranath Tagore. So moving ahead with the first question, that is reference to context questions. Now over here, a stanza, entire stanza is picked up from the poem and it is written here, and the questions that follow are based on that stanza itself. So first question says, whom does the poet see at 4 in the afternoon? So if we see the first two lines of the stanza, when at 4 in the afternoon I come back from the school, I can see through the gate of that house the gardener digging the ground. So over here we can see the answer is very clear. So that when the poet come back at 4, he saw whom? Gardener digging the ground. So the poet sees the gardener at 4 in the afternoon. Next, where does the poet see him? The poet sees him through the gate of a house, as it is mentioned in the second line. Next, what does the gardener do with the spade? We can see he does what he likes with his spade. He soils. Now the gardener does what he likes with his spade. That is the answer, because spade is his own property. Nobody is ruling him. Nobody is saying him that, okay, you have to do this only, you have to do that only. It's his choice. And with his own spade, spade is a metal tool used for digging. He is doing whatever he wants, whatever he likes. Next, what is the wish of the poet? The poet wishes that nobody should stop him if he were a gardener. So actually he got so much influenced and so much impressed by the freedom of a gardener that nobody is punishing him, nobody is asking him any question. So he thought that if I were a gardener, nobody should stop. Nobody should stop me. So the poet wishes that nobody should stop him if he were a gardener. Next stanza over here is, in the just as it gets dark in the evening and my mother sends me to bed, I can see through my open window the watchman walking up and down. This is the last stanza of the poem. Okay, see the first question. We'll quickly move on to the questions. Who sends the poet to bed? The first two line itself says the answer. Just as it gets dark in the evening and my mother sends me to bed. So the poet's mother sent him to bed. Next, whom does he see through his window? Third line, I can see through my open window the watchman walking up and down. Walking up and down doesn't mean jumping. It means walking back and forth. So he sees a watchman through his window. Next, how does the poet describe the street lamp? It's in the fifth line. The lane is dark and lonely, and the street lamp stands like a giant with one red give in its head. Okay, so the answer is, the poet described the street lamp as a giant, as a very giant, huge, with one red eye in its head. Next, what was his reason of comparison? Now, why actually he's comparing it himself with a watchman? He does not wish to go to bed early and wants to roam around in streets, chasing his own shadow. Chasing means to run after something. So this is the only reason why he's comparing, because his mother is asking him to go and sleep, but he don't want to do so. So he sees the freedom that the watchman has. He can roam entire night. Nobody is questioning him. He's moving here and there, and it's very lonely. Nobody is there. So he's enjoying himself. So that's why the poet compares his life with the watchman. So if he were a watchman, he wanted nobody to stop him, nobody to ask him to go to bed early. So that was it for the assignment. Thank you everyone. We'll see you for the next assignment. Till then, keep smiling. Bye.